Welcome to Lost Girl Therapy. Finish getting ready with me as I tell you the intuitive practices that I use when I am about to go to a big event. So I am getting ready for a wedding, and I realized that I don't think I've ever shared with you guys what it means to be an intuitive practitioner and need to be social. And that's mainly because when you're intuitive, whether you are psychic or an empath or you just have a higher attunement to other people's feelings, what happens in larger social situations is that you can be a lot more sensitive to the changes in the environment than somebody else. And for me, one of the things that dropped my glasses. One of the things that I started doing especially after I became psychic, I needed to figure out a way to kind of turn on and off in order for me to handle social events without becoming completely overwhelmed from a nervous system perspective. So one of the things that I do before I go to a big event is I clear. Now, clearing is different for everybody. I sometimes do a waterfall above my head and I command all the energy that I picked up that day to leave. Sometimes I use wind, but mainly I do the same clearing, the same one that I've done every single night for the last 5 years. And what I do is I visualize each chakra and I remove the energy from each chakra and then fill it back up with the colors of the chakra. It's just something that allows me to really remind myself that I'm getting rid of what does not serve me. I'm getting rid of energy that is not mine, and I'm just removing it from me. Because when you are intuitive, your nervous system can do the work of two people. So if you're a medium, if you are clairvoyant, remember, you feel something else. So your body is now doing the work of two things, and that can really burn it out quickly. So clearing is a really important practice. I do it every single night, but as I said, on bigger days, when I have to go to a wedding, I will clear in the middle of the day and then do a grounding practice. Now, my grounding practice is really focused on calling in the earth energy, and that is mainly because the earth is a beautiful, stabilizing force. So in a grounding practice, I will sit in a chair, make sure that the bottoms of my feet are on the floor, and I basically visualize ropes of light coming down from the bottoms of my feet and out of my tailbone and straight down through the floors of my apartment, all the way down into the earth. Everybody has a different way to do this. But the reason that the grounding practice becomes important is because you really want to drop into your body. So I like to ground to basically reacquaint me with myself after I've removed what is not mine. The third part to this is, protection. So I do a bubble of light. Other people do golden ropes of protection. Everyone has their own thing, but the protection is just important mainly because you're going to be in a large crowd. Everybody's got their own things. You don't want to be picking up stuff that is not yours. So I protect and then I fully shut down. Now you might ask, why don't I just fully shut down? Why do I need to clear and then ground and then protect and then fully shut down? Part of it is just that's the way that I have found that works best for me. But the other part of it is that I really like to be mindful of removing what is not mine, reacquainting myself with me, protecting, because even if I am shut down on some level, if you are clairvoyant, if you are somebody who is intuitive, you still have a spidey sense. It still exists. You're still going to have the kind of attunement to other people's stuff. It's just not going to be as heightened when we shut it off. And so I do the protection because even when I have completely turned off that side of me, I still want to be reminded that I am, guarded and that I'm not picking up other people's things. So after I've shut down completely, I am basically good to go. I can go into larger settings. I can go to a wedding. I can ride the subway. I can do a lot of things where there are a ton of people around and not struggle with the adapting. In times where I have not done this, it has been so difficult to navigate. Now, keep in mind, I have ADHD. So I already have a heightened sensitivity to large crowds and being overstimulated. But adding the psychic component onto it and then going into a larger group it really feels overwhelming, and it can feel kind of like all of the energy is getting drained from my body because I'm feeling things too much. I'm feeling things on a level that like is not sustainable for the majority of a long event. And that is why I shut down. If you guys want to know more about the grounding practices that I do or the clearing practices that I do, let me know. If you are somebody who is an empath, intuitive, or you struggle with overstimulation, grounding and clearing practices can just be really good to reacquaint you with yourself and kind of give your nervous system a much needed rest.